Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse, The Dark Knight Rises, and Hathaway Catwoman. And not only that, this is the Platinum Chase variant. Now the way they're doing the Platinums in this wave is different than before. At least at the couple Target stores I went to, there was one Platinum Batman and one Platinum Catwoman per case. In addition to that, there is no regular version of Catwoman, which is really weird. The regular version, I guess, is the one you get from the McFarlane toy store that comes with the Bat Pod. But this is the more desirable version, the one with the cat ears. They're street dated at Target for today, 2/23. I went in there early, got what I wanted. This one actually didn't ring up the register, but thankfully they didn't try to do some BS and tell me I couldn't buy it. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts, McFarlane Toys, age of 12 plus, DC Multiverse Catwoman, McFarlane Platinum Edition. Here she is in the package. Looks like we have 6 hands, Batman's broken mask, and then his mother's pearls. Collector's card and display stand. One side of the package, Catwoman from The Dark Knight Rises. Other side, Catwoman. At the bottom, there's her barcode if that helps anybody. And on the back side, here's Catwoman from The Dark Knight Rises. So with no further ado, let's open her up. And I did end up getting 2 of these figures. One of which to open and enjoy. The other one to keep unopened in my complete Batman-related unopened action figure collection. Alright. Now that this figure out of the package, here she is with all of her accessories laid out. We have a display stand, collector's card, 4 alternate hands totaling 6 interchangeable hands, Batman's broken mask for Bane beat him up, and then the Wayne family pearls. Before we take a look at all that, let's talk about and check out the figure. So this is Catwoman from The Dark Knight Rises, played by Anne Hathaway. This is the Platinum Chase variant. This one has the cat ears that goggles up, and in my opinion this is the most desirable variant. This has the sort of most Catwoman-esque sort of look to her. This is a Platinum Chase variant. Now this is unprecedented as they do not have a regular version, or at least the regular version is what comes with the McFarlane Toy Store exclusive Bat Pod and Catwoman 2-pack. So to make a Platinum Chase variant of a McFarlane Toy Store exclusive figure that's very expensive and make it almost more readily available, it's just really weird. I was expecting there to be this to be the regular version of Catwoman and then to have maybe a Platinum of this, maybe unmasked, something like that. It's just really weird, and it seems like these are 1 per case, so I don't know if that's just for this wave, or if they're doing Platinums different moving forward. Time will tell. But either way, I'm really happy to have this figure. I don't have the Batpod one yet, that should come in the next few days, but this is my preferred look for this Catwoman, and she was the biggest omission from the Dark Knight collection. So let's take a look. Starting with her face here. It looks good. It does scream Anne Hathaway to me, and maybe it's just because of the mask and the ears and the hair, but it looks good. You got the rosy cheeks, the sort of pale skin besides that, red lips. I totally see Anne Hathaway here. I think the profile is good, the likeness. I mean, look at that. What do you think? I see it, that's for sure. Hair looks good. Now the goggles are up. In the movie, they rotate down, and they sort of like rotate the lens backwards to fit on her face. Hair looks good. The suit itself, it's a black leather spandex outfit. Giant gloves and boots. Looks like it might be the Nightfall Catwoman boots. We'll check that out later in the video. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, high heels. Going to be a little bit of an issue for standing, but as a whole, I think she looks fantastic. Nice job, McFarlane. And a closer look at her face and head sculpt. Like I said, I think it's pretty good. And then, here's the figure broken down as far as she can go, with all of her removable parts detached. Now for accessories, and let's start with the boring stuff. Here's her display stand, typical McFarlane stand we've seen a million times before. It's a perfect circle, very thin, very basic, but it gets the job done. Now for a collector's card. As you can see, it's an image of the Anne Hathaway Catwoman. Looks like promo picture for the film, got rain going on. Catwoman from The Dark Knight Rises. On the back side, there is a description. If you want to read that, pause now. Now for her hands. She has a total of 6 of them, 3 right hands and 3 left hands. Here she is with her first pair of hands. These are her fists. And here she is with her second pair of hands. This is a pair of gripping hands with trigger fingers. And here's her final set of hands. This is a pair of open hands. Looks like she could be touching or grabbing something. And now for the pearls. I believe this is the Wayne family pearls. It's in sort of a little case here. You can see the pearl necklace. It's a box. It's not actually hinged, but I do think it's pretty cool. It's a nice accessory that I can give to Catwoman figures across the board. Here's Catwoman looking at and admiring the family pearls. And then we have this broken Batman cowl. It would have been a more appropriate accessory for Bane, but Catwoman is one that led Batman into that situation. So it's a Dark Knight mask. It's all cracked and messed up. It's hollow. It actually looks really, really cool. I can put this to a lot of use in my action figure world. Here's Bane carrying that broken Batman mask with an unmasked, beaten Batman behind him. Now I wanted to check out the reuse between this Dark Knight trilogy Catwoman and the Nightfall Catwoman. So obviously their heads are totally different. The torso area looks different as well. Notice they both have the zipper going all up and down here. A lot more texture on her suit. Some bigger features on this one. The glove, you know what? I don't think it's the same. I see wrinkles in the sort of fabric or glove here that I don't see on this one. And then the legs, obviously the top part of the legs is completely different. The legs themselves, I don't know, I'm trying to look at the wrinkles on the knee here. Yeah, I think it is the same leg. Heel painted a little bit differently, so it's almost like they sort of cut this piece and made a different top leg. And it's not the first time they've done that before with this leg specifically. And you know what? Upon further inspection, it looks like it's just the actual kneecaps that are reused. I can definitely see the sort of wrinkles at the bottom here are not the same on her. The feet are not the same, although they're very similar. And the top part here is different, so it looks like it's literally just the kneecap, unless maybe the same guy sculpted both these figures and did the exact same thing with the knees, but it looks like it's reused as the wrinkles are in the exact same places. Everything else is similar, but not the same. Now they've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and her accessories. Now for her height. From bottom to the top of her head, standing at about 6.75 inches tall, which can translate to just over 17 centimeters. If you go to the top of the ears, about 7 inches tall. And now for articulation. Starting with her head, of course, you can rotate from side to side. You can even get the hair all the way over the shoulders and turn the head all the way around. As far as looking up, not really too much. I mean, she can look straight ahead very nicely, down about that far, but the hair is going to obstruct her from really looking up. Can't really tilt her head from side to side. The hair's kind of getting blocked out as well. Shoulders, ball joint goes about 90 degrees, maybe a tiny bit less. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. She's got a butterfly joint between her shoulder and chest, increasing the range of motion and covering the large gap that would be there. She's got a bicep cut, double jointed elbows. Her wrists can rotate and is going to be hinged. Ball joint her torso, rotate around only about that much. Forward and back, another one at her waist, rotate around, forward and back, between the two, pretty good range of motion in the torso area. Legs, complete as the splits, McFarlane style hip joints, rotation is non-existent, they go forward only about that much, go to the side, you can kind of get it up, oh there we go, quite a bit more. Just takes a little bit of work. She has a thigh cut here, which is very unusual for McFarlane figure. Double jointed knees, and then her ankle. Rotate, forward and back, tilt, rock, and toe articulation. Here's Catwoman breaking into the mob space. She's trying to get what's in the safe, and when they put money on top of the safe, you know what's in it is even more valuable. She breaks in the safe, she gets what she wants. There's money, there's some videotapes, and the pearl necklace. And here's a look at this Catwoman doing a traditional bank robbery. Here she is coming out of the vault with duffel bags full of cash. Now let's check her out next to some other action figures, starting off with some other Anne Hathaway Catwoman figures. Here she is next to a Soap Studios Anne Hathaway Catwoman. Then, next to the Mayfix Dark Knight Catwoman, we have the 1.0 on the left and the 2.0 on the right. And now, with the Mattel Movie Masters Dark Knight Rises Catwoman, we have one with the goggles up and one with the goggles down. And here she is, next to the SH Figure Arts version, and now with the Hot Toys 1/12 scale version. Here are all the different Anne Hathaway Catwoman figures from the Dark Knight Rises by different companies, from largest to smallest. We have McFarlane, Soap Studios, 2 Mayfix, 2 Mattel, SH Figure Arts, and Hot Toys. Now, of course, there's another McFarlane one coming with the Bat Pod. I'll have her soon. Now stick around. Next to some other McFarlane Catwoman figures. Here's the Dark Knight Rises Catwoman, next to the Batman Catwoman. McFarlane actually made 3 different versions of this Catwoman. Full mask, mask partially up, which is movie accurate, and then mask most of the way up. My buddy actually made me a 4th one. Shout out to my boy Jason and his wife for making this unmasked version for me. I think it's pretty cool, because now you can have Catwoman with the mask fully on, and all the way to the mask fully off. And here she is, next to the Arkham City Catwoman. And McFarlane made 2 variations of the Arkham City Catwoman. And now, here she is, next to the Nightfall Catwoman. And of course, they made 2 variations of her as well. Here are all the McFarlane DC Multiverse Catwoman figures they've made so far. Of course, we have the Batpod version of the Anne Hathaway Catwoman coming soon. And then I believe on the rumored list, there's like a Silver Age Catwoman or Classic Catwoman, something like that. Looking forward to finding out what that's about. And let's not forget, McFarlane also made these live-action Catwoman figures from the 1966 show. Here she is, next to a Diamond Select Toys Cat from Gotham. Then, next to all of my DC Direct and DC Collectibles Catwoman figures. And now, with the Soap Studios Catwoman, here she is, next to the Mezco Catwoman figures. And here she is, with all of my Mattel Catwomen. Then, with my Mafex Catwoman figures. And now, with the SH Figure Arts Catwoman. And with a Hot Toys 1/12 scale Catwoman. And finally, with some older Kenner Catwoman figures. Here are all of my different Catwoman figures. I believe I have almost all of them in the 6 and 7 inch scale. I'm aware of at least one DC Direct I'm missing, a Silver Age Catwoman, but the only one on my radar. Now the next Catwoman I'm going to get is going to be the McFarlane Catwoman Batpod 2-pack version. Here's Catwoman next to an older Danger Girl figure. I use this as Catwoman with her costume on but her mask off. Selena Kyle. Now let's check her out next to some other Dark Knight Trilogy figures. Here she is next to the initial wave. This is Joker, Batman, Scarecrow, and Two-Face, collective build Bane for the Dark Knight Rises. These sold better than McFarlane anticipated, and they've made a lot more since then. After that, they made 3 exclusive San Diego Comic-Con exclusive figures in the McFarlane toy store. Joker, Bane, and Joker as a bank robber thug. They also made the Interrogation Room Joker as a McFarlane toy store exclusive. They also made the Tarte exclusive Jokerized Dark Knight Trilogy wave. And then there was also a cloth soft goods cape Dark Knight Batman in the Batman Ultimate Movie 6-pack. And the most recent wave of figures consists of the Hong Kong Batman Unmasked and the Platinum Chase variant with the wired cloth cape. Here are all of the different Dark Knight Trilogy figures McFarlane has made so far. Of course, as I said before, the next one I'm going to get is going to be the Batpod version of the Catwoman. Rumor is, on the leaked list, there's going to be doing a Tumbler with Lucius Fox 2-pack. That'll be really cool. And there are a ton of other figures from the Dark Knight Trilogy that we need. Now, I would say the most glaring omission at this point is a Batman Begins suit Batman. I really want him with my movie collection, but I would love Ra's al Ghul in both the suit form and ninja form. I would love Alfred, Gordon, Blake, Miranda Tate, Talia al Ghul. There's no limit to the different figures I would love from this line. Scarecrow in a regular business suit. They could milk this thing as far as they want to. Here's Catwoman next to the Ben Affleck Batman and the Robert Pattinson Batman. And here she is, next to the Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, and George Clooney Batman figures. Here's a look at all the different McFarlane DC Multiverse Platinum Chase figures, at least before Catwoman and Batman. Now I have 2 more to add to the collection. Now let's check her out next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how she fits in, both scale and style-wise. In case you want to know which lines you can mix her with, since she's a McFarlane toy, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work way smaller. But first, let's check her out with some of her McFarlane Toys brothers and sisters. In Freddy were 5 different action figure lines, all from McFarlane Toys, all 7-inch scale. And now, with some Jack-specific wrestling figures, and some DST or Diamond Select toys. Here she is, next to a pair of wire cutters. And here she is, with some DC Direct and NECA figures. Then, with some Mattel and Jazzwares wrestling figures. And now, with some Mezco and Mattel DC figures. Next, with some Mafex and Hasbro Marvel Legends. And finally, with some SH Figure Arts and some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, this is a very nice Catwoman figure. This is by far my preferred look with the cat ears. Now, the Batpod version does have one thing this one doesn't have, which is the actual Batpod. But in addition to that, her goggles go up and down. But they don't rotate, so you're not going to have the cat ears. This figure's accessories are fantastic. 6 hands, the pearl necklace, the broken Batman mask. great stuff. She looks good. The hair, the face, the makeup, the skin tone, it's all there. Articulation is everything you'd expect from a modern McFarlane DC Multiverse figure. If I were to rate this figure, I'm going to give her an 8.5 out of 10. I'm really enjoying her, and I think she came out very good. Nice job. McFarlane's done a great job for the most part on the Dark Knight trilogy figures. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.